Hey guys, so this is day 8 of my 18-month journey for a $1 million passive income. And in a previous video, I had 5 different ideas that I came up with for potentially how I can make that happen. Those ideas were a SaaS model product, which is software as a service. So it's kind of like a website or some sort of tool that you charge a monthly subscription for, kind of boring stuff. I did decide to do one for sure. So we're going to do one called Taskboard, which is a cross between maybe Slack and Salesforce. It's for businesses, but there's a lot of potential for revenue there. The other ones that we talked about were the Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon product. We also talked about potentially doing social media campaigns for clients, but we crossed that out because it ended up being more of a job than something that's going to create passive income. Other ideas on there were network marketing and also mobile apps. So a few other ideas. So I put up the software as a service because for sure I'm going to be doing this one within the next 18 months. A few other ideas that were presented to me and some of them I just kind of forgot about is, one is affiliate marketing. So in this case, I can use affiliate links to products, put them in content. I know in order for this to work, I really have to have a very strong niche, a very niche topic of different content that I could put out there to a very specific group. I know that the market out there is very saturated with affiliate marketers, but if I could find a very closed off niche that has a lot of potential for buying, this might actually work. It could be a mobile app, it could be a website, something that provides content. Another idea is a podcast. So podcasts can make a lot of money. I did some research into it. I dabbled a little bit with podcasting, and I realized that you need a lot of listeners to make a lot of money. I think you need at least maybe 10,000 subscribed listeners before you even start making money. So there's a lot of work involved. I know that the successful podcasts out there are more of the interview type model. So it's always better to have some sort of guest that's on. There's a lot more to talk about and it's easier to create content. But then, you have scheduling and things like that. So I know it's going to be a lot of work, but potentially it could be an idea. Of course, YouTube. I mean, you're watching now. Of course, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are making tons of money. I could potentially try to grow this channel to make some revenue, but I heard with the new algorithms that it's very tough to kind of get into the market. Not that I'm not up for a challenge, but there might be other things that could make me money a lot easier than this within the next 18 months. This might be like a 5-year goal. So another different idea that we had was and this one is really big right now. There's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of social media people out there, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, all of which I really admire. They got a lot of great information. But there's tons more than that. I mean, that's just a drop in the bucket where they're all providing some sort of education piece. Basically, they all set up kind of funnel systems that kind of give you a little bit of free information up front. Then they kind of lead you into purchasing some sort of information packet to help you get better at one thing. But then they always hit you with another one and another one and another one where there's tons of information. They're all helpful. I would say I purchased a few and all of them were definitely worth the money. But the education system is booming right now. I mean, there's millions and millions being made. So if I can find a topic that I know very well, or at least I have the resources to bring in people who know the topic very well, we can create an educational piece that might help a lot of people. So another potential idea is to actually scale my existing business. So I know I've talked in the last video about how difficult it is to scale web development, app development business. It's not impossible if you choose a specific niche and start doing projects for a specific industry, or if you build like a tool that's only one component of a website and just kind of sell it to everybody who needs it. So it's potentially an idea. So I'm kind of looking into this. Obviously it's going to be easier for me to do something that I've been doing for the last 15 years, so I don't want to take it off the table. So that's also an idea. So the last idea is to create a Kickstarter. There's been a lot of money made on Kickstarter. It's going to be very similar to the idea of creating a product or creating a SaaS model, but the approach is a lot different. We have to have a really big pie in the sky idea, make sure that it's something that a whole bunch of people are kind of into, create a really kick-ass video and, put it out there and see if people are willing to, get involved with it. A Kickstarter might be a good idea. It's definitely a good idea to find out if something is going to be feasible in the market. And the good thing about it is that if it is, you kind of already created the market by doing this crowdfunding campaign. So these are the other ways of potentially building some more revenue. Just personally, what I'm thinking off the top of my head, SaaS we're going to be doing, podcasts, YouTube. I think I do want to do these, but these are probably not going to fit within the 18-month journey that I'm doing. The education piece sounds like a great idea. The only dilemma I have is if I have enough time to create the content for it. Because if I want to create an education piece and it's not going to be, like a $5.95 education piece, if I do something that's more along the lines of a few hundred or a few thousand, which is pretty common out there right now, I'm going to have a lot of content. So it's going to take some time to put that content. So if I can make the time to do that, I think this might be a good option. Scaling the business, I'm definitely going to look into this. I'll probably make another video about how I potentially could scale a web design business. And for any of you guys out there who are in the situation where you're a web developer or a marketer, then this would definitely help you when we go over this. Especially now, since there's so many do-it-yourself systems that are out there, free websites. What people don't know really what to pay anymore. Do I pay somebody $50 to make my site or $50,000? So it's a whole brand new business. So scaling it in a different way, choosing a niche, will probably be beneficial to all you guys. The Kickstarter, I have a couple ideas in mind for this. Some of them are pretty off the wall, so I'm going to run it by you guys in a later video. But for now, these are the new topics that we could potentially do for some recurring passive income. So I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next time.